Welcome back. Today we're looking at text fields. So you would have used text fields last year for animation, just dragging from the toolbar. But we're going to look at creating text fields dynamically. And there are several reasons why you may want to do this, and also change the properties of a text field in your code. So let's have a look at this class here. So it's called public class AS3 text. So that's our class, and down here we want to find the constructor. It's got the same name as the class. So that's our constructor there. So up the top here we've got three import statements. So we're importing the sprite class from the flash.display package. So we need to import sprite because our class extends sprite, meaning we get some of the features of the sprite class. We're also importing the text field class and the text format class from the flash.text package. So we need to import those because we want to work with text fields and text format in our class. So text field, everyone knows what that is. A text format is what we're going to use to style our text. So you can think of in Microsoft Word, you've got your text here, so this is my text, and you've got your styles up the top here. So you can style your text using any one of these predefined formats. So that's what the text format object does. It allows us to style our text. So we've declared two variables. One is a text field object and the other is our text format object. So we've got the var keyword. We're also making these private. So private meaning no other class is interested in these variables that we're defining, so we're going to make them private so no one else can see those. We're also declaring these variables at a global level. So rather than locally, which is inside a function, say the constructor function, we're not doing that. We're defining them globally at the class level. Okay, and we're also extending sprite because we're not doing any actual animation. We're just extending, which we would use the movie clip for. We're extending sprite because we're not doing any animation. Okay, so let's have a look at our constructor function. As we know, the constructor function is always called first. So we've got two things happening in our constructor function. We've got a function call. So we know it's a function call, but it's got these two brackets at the end. So all function calls will have these brackets. Sometimes there will be text or numbers or other things passed within these brackets. On this occasion there's nothing. It's just a function call, which we'll see shortly. Second line is we've got another function call, which is write text is our function. And we're passing in a text string. So hi there, we're writing text to a text field object. So that's what we're doing in this class. So we're building a text field which involves styling the text field, and then we're going to write some text to that text field. So let's have a look at these two functions. We've got build text field, and inside we're doing all our styling. So we had our my format variable that was declared up the top here, my format. At the moment it's a blank object. Well, it's a blank reference to an object. We have to actually say new text format because we want a new text format to be created. We don't have an existing one. So we've created the new text format, and then we're going to set some properties. So we're setting some properties of the my format object. We know we're setting properties because we've got this dot. So my format dot font. So font is a property of my format. So we're setting the font to Arial, size to 22, color. This is white. So this isn't hexadecimal again. We've got all these Fs, which means white the whole way through. We've set up we've created our myFormat object, which is going to be applied to our text field. Then we're actually creating the text field. So we're creating a new, what they call a new instance of a text field. And then we're going to set some properties. So we're setting the background color to black. We've got in hexadecimal again, it's all zeros, meaning black. Alpha, which is your transparency. So it's 0.7, which means it's going to be 30% transparent. We're setting the width and the height to the size of our stage width and our stage height. So the stage object comes with these built-in variables called stage width and stage height. So we can get those and set our text field to the same width and height. Then we're setting some other options such as word wrap, so we're going to have wrapping text, multi-line, so more than one line, and we've got the default text format. So this is where we actually set the format for this text field. Final thing we do is say this, so this actual class, we're going to add a child. So contained within this class, we're going to put our text field. So this line, this .addChild, is what actually adds it to the stage. Okay, let's have a look at our next function. So two parts to this class. We're building the text field, so that involves setting up the style and the display for our text field. Second thing we do is write some text into that text field. So we're going to write hi there, we're writing text to a text field object. Let's have a look at this function. Okay, so write text takes a text string as input and returns no value. So the text string it takes as input is going to be called txt, and it's the string type. So this is its input. Anything within these brackets when you're defining a function is the input to the function. And we'll talk about this more later, but this is void. So this is the return type. So this function actually doesn't return a value. So we say it's void, but we'll talk about that later in a future video. So all we do in this write text, we set myText, which is a text object we created in our earlier function, build text fields. We're going to set the text of that text field to whatever we pass in to this function. Okay, let's run this and see our result. Hi there, we're writing text to a text field object. Success. So have a go at this one.